Grab your guns, it's time to go to war. Here we come, yeah, we're knocking down your door. Buildings fall, bodies hit the floor in Battlefield 4.
What's up, YouTube? This is Skyhammer 900 coming from Team Apex. With me today, I got Bootstraps Bill. Say hi, Bill.
What's up?
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Battlefield. Okay, Battlefield's kind of been a long-standing game. Started off on the PC back in 2002. Alright, with Battlefield 1942 using the Refractor engine. And it's kind of progressed on. We've had Vietnam, 2142, Battlefield Heroes, which, if I'm not mistaken, you've played Battlefield Heroes, correct?
Yeah, it was a fun game, and sadly to say that I think they stopped supporting the game, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
That's kind of a bummer. It was a fun game.
Yeah, we've had 2142, we've had Battlefield Online, which actually was made in South Korea under EA. They got it to 100 people on a server for online gameplay, but that was with the Refractor 2 engine, slightly modified. And then, of course, we've had the Bad Company series. Now, the first time Battlefield came onto the console genres of gaming was back with Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. I personally played it. I know you said you didn't play it. It was terrible. Everyone didn't like it. It was nothing like what Battlefield wanted. And you know, it was a good attempt at coming onto the playing field of the consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved on to Bad Company. I mean, they came out 2142 shortly after that for the PCs, but they came on to Bad Company, which then they went from the Refractor engine to Frostbite. Now, Frostbite, of course, added this huge level of destructibility to the gameplay, which totally changed the field.
Yeah.
They had Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, and then, of course, after that, we jumped into today's things of Battlefield 3 and 4. Now, Bad Company 2, to this day, nobody knows why that game is still so popular. It created a huge fan community, just the destructibility, the map styles. Everyone loved it for some reason.
There's still a big cult following, like you said.
It is.
Yeah.
And so, but we're going to kind of talk, like, that's just kind of what it was back then. You know, back in the days when you actually had to buy expansion packs. I know personally for me, having to go to the store and buy a separate CD, go home, install that, put your code in, then be able to play the actual game. That was a big thing. Nowadays, for those of you young gamers out there, you guys just download it straight onto your consoles or from Steam. So, personally for me, you know, probably my top favorites out of the Battlefield were Battlefield Vietnam, Battlefield 2142, and then kind of mixing up between Battlefield 3 and 4. Both of them, they're kind of same, but at the same time, you know, one's a little bit different than the other. Personally, what do you think is your, like, top games that you play? I know you're kind of new to the series, but...
I mean, Battlefield 1942 was fun. I mean, I played a little bit of it, you know, at school, but I'd say Battlefield 3 was, since that was like kind of the real first introduction, to play it fully, you know. That one's probably the most fun. I mean, 4 is pretty fun, but there's something about Battlefield 3 that seems...
I agree. Battlefield 3 kind of had that fresh feeling with the game. I remember my first time just seeing some of those buildings just crumble onto the streets of France. It just added a whole new level of destructibility to me in my eyes than just blowing up an entire building. So kind of with that said, right now Battlefield 5 has been announced. They've kind of teased on it coming out 2016 right now. Nobody knows if it's a newer futuristic game or if they're sticking with the modern combat shooters. And of course we also have Hardline. We're not going to really dig too much into Hardline. Hardline was kind of like a filler game. It really is, and they've even said it. Honestly, I know a lot of you guys out there, especially on the consoles, you guys love Hardline. Personally, for me, I don't like it one bit. I mean, there's elements to it that I do like. We'll probably get into another video where we will actually break down Hardline. I know you and I will probably sit down and do that one.
Mm-hmm.
But today we're going to be focusing just kind of on the series in general and where we kind of want to see the series to go. All right, I mean, because Battlefield started off in the era of where World War II shooters were kind of the thing. I mean, you had Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, they were all World War II. Vietnam was always a touchy little subject to go on because there's so many veterans very, very much alive during that time. And then the future, I just think nobody wanted to like really touch the future because it was just so good or bad. Like you either went too extreme or you didn't go extreme enough. So personally, for me, I would like Battlefield to kind of stay with the modern shooter style.
Yeah.
Things I think they do beautifully in it are vehicle combat, and I mean I would love to see actually a bring back of the vehicle expansion pack that came out for Battlefield 3. How it's just so massive and it focused so much on tank combat.
Oh, you mean those the vehicle expansion packs? Like, oh yeah, I don't think I downloaded those.
Those were actually a lot of fun. You got to play with the strikers, you got to play with the tank destroyers, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people complained that they were too big, that if you didn't get a vehicle, you were kind of screwed over. But personally, for me, I liked it. It was very it was kind of a little bit fresh, focusing on what people always tried to do. Everyone always went for the tank. Everyone always went for
dirt bikes, though. That's really fun.
Yeah, everyone did do the C4 dirt bikes. I would love though to just kind of see them stick with the modern shooter on, more tanks, more jets. I know as the game engines do progress, we will be able to see more and more bigger maps, more vehicles. Now, the only issue I do have with it is Battlefield has pushed the limits of weapons we currently have today. Recently, I know they added a few new weapons, like the Grozas, and they've added the Ace weapons to Battlefield 4 and the SR-61s. I just feel like, though, where can Battlefield go on any more weapons? It really is now kind of a very slim picking if they're going to add new weapons to the game. But Battlefield, though, the other thing I think Battlefield needs to work on is probably their story modes.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I think their story modes have been lacking in a sense. Don't get me wrong, they're fun.
Yeah, I mean 3 was pretty good, but I don't know, 4 was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of cool, but
Now, I do give them also credit for one thing is they have kind of stuck with the grunts of the military.
Yeah.
Talking about you, Call of Duty. Talking about you. Okay, we're tired of special forces. Nobody likes them.
I mean, it's cool and all.
It's cool. I mean, the first time I did play special forces, it was cool, but I know in Battlefield 4 you did play as a special operations unit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't blown out of proportion.
Let's see, World at War, you played as the Raiders, the Marine Raiders.
Yeah.
They're kind of,
No, they were basic.
Yeah, but they're pretty hardcore.
Back to Battlefield. We will bash you Call of Duty later. We got you on our sites.
You guys used to be cool.
Yeah, we're pissed. Yeah. We are utterly pissed. As you see the frustration on my face, and he was smiling. Okay, I mean. So, all right, Battlefield. Back to Battlefield. So, I think they've kept a lot of good elements. Dog tags. I like the creativity of the dog tags. Keep it up on the CTE servers, Battlefield. We really like those. But I don't know. I think the other thing I dislike, there's actually a few things I do dislike about Battlefield, and one of them is I know vehicle combat. I know I just talked about how much I love the open space in the vehicles. At the same time, there's, to me personally, not enough also good close quarter maps. I mean, a lot of urban. I know with this Battlefield they did Dragon's Teeth, which was a huge urban DLC package. Whereas tight street corners and everything. I miss that. I do miss also certain vehicles. I miss the Humvees. I miss Blackhawks. I actually do miss Blackhawks surprisingly. So one thing I'm hoping that Battlefield does, and Hardline actually did it. Briefly talking about it, they actually had it where you can customize your side gunners.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
And also, the other thing is if you notice in the actual military today, Blackhawks and the Venoms, as they're called, they do have some side miniguns and rockets. Okay, and I think that should be a kind of an option for the pilot, is they can choose if their variant of the helicopter will either have side gunners or they will be able to actually deal some damage themselves,
Yeah.
like one or the other.
Yeah, if you don't have any like dudes manning the miniguns, you can still have the offensive capability with like rockets or something.
Exactly, because I know I've personally hopped into Venom, and nobody's gotten my Venom for like a good 2-3 minutes, and I was flying around trying to pick people up, and nobody would get in.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point, you're kind of feeling useless. So you know, stuff like that, I think they should add into it. And then, of course, you know, there's certain vehicles I do miss. I miss the Bradleys, you know, the little BTRs from the Army and everything.
Yeah.
And I understand they're trying to stick with the Marines, so they're keeping, you know, the Marine style things. So all we're asking for, though, is just, you know, some simplicity, okay? Overall, personally, I think the Battlefield games are the best first-person shooter for consoles.
Multiplayer-wise.
Multiplayer-wise, for consoles, they are the best. Of course, here at Team Apex, we mainly discuss console gaming, mainly the Xbox setups.
The console peons, that's us.
But now we do know there's PC. I personally play on PC. He's played a little bit on PC. We understand that there is so much more. There's Arma, there's Heroes and Generals, there's all these games out there. But we're talking about consoles here, and personally, I think multiplayer-wise, they are the best for consoles.
I mean, basically, consoles are going to become just as good as, you know, computers, basically.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit cheaper than they are, you know.
They are. You don't have to upgrade them constantly.
To build your own PC
so
and stuff like that. You know, graphics cards are.
But yeah, so personally for us, I'd give Battlefield on my rating scale. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's got good, solid multiplayer. There's certain things that we do miss about it. The campaigns need work.
Yeah.
Another thing, actually, I almost totally forgot about this, is co-op modes. Co-op modes, I know when Battlefield 3 came out, it kind of sort of followed in the footsteps of the Call of Duty series in the sense of Call of Duty had Spec Ops and Zombies and Survival mode, and Battlefield felt like, hey, let's bring a little bit of co-op to the Battlefield, and that to us, we miss the co-op missions. I know I do. We had a lot of fun playing them, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I don't know. What's your opinion on the co-ops? Like, should they bring them back? Should they not? What should they change?
Yeah, I think they should bring them back. They're a lot of fun, you know, and kind of makes it. Yeah, it's Battlefield. That's what's kind of what Battlefield 4 is kind of missing, you know, the co-op missions and.
I think it builds like a sense of camaraderie between you and a friend. I mean, because Battlefield is very team objective.
However, Battlefront, I know they're supposed to be like a survival type.
There is a survival on Battlefront. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the new Battlefront coming out. But yeah, co-op missions, they were very simple. This is your objective, and the objectives sometimes change. You know, it's different styles, so you got to kind of experience a different variety of fighting styles here. I mean, there's one stealth mission. There's a escort mission in a helicopter, and so if you bring stuff like that in, it kind of makes it a little bit fun. Because I mean, you got to earn stuff. I remember because they had a separate unlock system for the co-op.
That's right. Yeah.
So So EA, if you guys do ever watch this, this is kind of our take on Battlefield. I mean, out of 10, what would you give Battlefield?
I'd probably say 8. Yeah, or maybe about 8.
Yeah. So I mean, like we said, there's a lot of stuff that Battlefield does need to work on, and we do know it's always a work in progress. We just hope from this video that you guys kind of get understanding of kind of our take on some of these games. We are going to be doing some game reviews probably next month. I'm going to probably say. So we're going to do some game reviews. We're going to kind of show you guys what we see, you know, how we play, you know, what type of stuff we would like changed. But this is kind of our take on the Battlefield series. I know we're going to probably do a Call of Duty series, actually probably in our next video. Probably either us two or me and one of the other guys. And I know I'm going to do a couple game reviews on some single-player games coming up. So, with that being said, I think this pretty much wraps it up for the day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so from Team Apex, Skyhammer900, Bootstraps Bill over here. We'd like to say thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you guys around. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we are new. We need the support to do this. We're in the process right now of getting some recording devices for airsofting. We're gonna actually, the first reviews we're gonna be doing are on our personal guns, where we can kind of see what we like, what we dislike about them, how they work. So overall, thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you around, and as always, have a wonderful day. See you on the battlefield.
See ya.
It's time to go to